I'm telling you, there's no God in the sky. Hi, welcome to Rubash Podcast. This is going to be my first episode and this new venture. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aloys Rubasha, and so I was born in Rwanda, in place Kigali city center, and also I live in Nairobi, and now I live in Australia. So those are three countries which will be part of my life. And I come from a Christian family, so when I was in Rwanda, I was born in a Catholic family. My family were Catholic. And when I moved to Kenya, when I get married to my wife Rose, so I become a Pentecostal. And then when I immigrated to Australia, so now I become Presbyterian. So I've been born in Christianity family all in my life. And what we're going to talk and what we're going to share in the podcast is the view I have been counted all those years as a Christian. That's what we're going to talk. We're going to open conversation. I'm not any things which we don't have experience. Everything I'm talking about as African and regional is what I experience. So our religious and as African background, we have strong support of Christianity. We have a strong support for religions. So this is what we're talking about. Where do we get that strong support of Christianity? How come we are more protecting and we are more a real fanatic of Christianity, especially in Africa. And everywhere in Africa community, we are very, very strong and passionate about it. This is what we're going to talk about it. How come? And you remember, this Christianity, it was brought by missionaries. Missionaries came and they brought their religion to us, and also other religion, they came in to us. So why question now is, what was there before? How our ancestors were praying to their God? Because after missionary came and the colonials will really take over of to be really Christian. Even we take the name of Christianity and how that been born, and we keep enjoying that, and that's why we're not against that. We want to discuss about it. How come we become more fanatic than the people who bring the Christianity to us? And also when you look also in America, like where there's also an African Americans huge in black community, you found also they've been more fanatic than the other community. So that's why we are discussing why. And also for me, my view is that they make us to believe what they brought, it was just only way, and there is no other way. They make sure we can't mix what we had before and what they brought to us. So what they brought to us, it was come to us, and generation to generation to generation, it make us to forget where we were before. This is what we are discussing. I'm not against any, and also to have both and to open conversation, it's good. And now what I discovered now in this Christianity, and also when we talk Bible, it's that where we found now the reason the missionaries, the colonials, they were putting us to believe in their religions or their Christianity. It was to keep us to be in fear, to be in control. And that was my view. So we have a different view. That's why we are keeping to exchange. I'm not sure if my opinion was true, but for me, I was thinking the reason they did is just to make us fear, to make us to follow them what they say. And also you can see it in long time in slavery in America. So you found also they put that Christianity in African community. And always they continue to believe that fear, so they can masters, they can control the slave. Because when you live in fear and someone tell you there's God in the sky and you have to be good, and when you die you go to heaven. So which is for me that maybe I could think, so that the fear which is still to us. Even up to now we know God live in the sky, and one day we will come, we will go to judge what you have been doing. So that is some translation of Bible, which most is to be in African community. But now, these days, I discover something. That's why we go to discuss. There is other translation of Bible. There is other teachings of Bible. But when you try to open conversation, especially in African community, everybody equal against that. And what my view here is that I learned from other speakers. There is one called Neville Goddard, which say, our mind, your mind, it's our God. So when you're born, when Jesus was born, he was born by Holy Spirit. So which is mean the Holy Spirit, it's your mind. And when you look, there's nothing you can do, nothing in this world you do without first thinking in your mind. And now I start to believe, oh, let's see if this other translation is true. Because you found everything you do in your life, everything you have done so far now in your life, always is come in your mind. Which never God had said, your mind is your God.
You know, I'm one of those people, when I walk into the building, I want to stand out. I know my aura, my presence, my energy, and my drip is going to be the one that's going to pull me apart from the lot. You can be that person too. It all starts with your fashion sense. It all starts with the way you present yourself. And Fanatics, they're just them guys, man, especially when it comes to supporting your favorite team or just looking fly. This is a lifestyle and it's a mentality. Guys, there is discounts every single day. That's the best thing. That's why we've partnered up with Fanatics for a really long time. I'm very passionate about something like this. And to be able to look good and fly is always a privilege. So go click that link in the bio. Now let's get back to the video.
So that even me, I'm trying to open this conversation with you. I'm trying to figure out, to understand, to do extra research. And there is nothing you got to prove it. But when you change your belief, to believe God is within you, so the change, it become inside with you. Because it's become different when you hear God is out from sky and it's going to come the end of judgment, is going to judge you. Whatever the sin you have done it, you go to punish by what you have done. So when you see those translations, that is how I found there's some things differently when you start to believe your mind, it's your God. Because your mind, it's the one which make you to be who you are now. Because where you are sitting now, where you are watching my program, you go to talk to somebody. You go to start thinking, there is somebody who's going to ask you, there's somebody who's going to tell you, this person is crazy, look what you're talking about. And always this person, you are with him all the times. And that's what the Bible says. God is always with you. And if God is always with you, where he is? And it's in your mind. Because it's the only person you talk every day. Any problem, any issue you have, there's somebody talk to you. No matter what you do. And he can talk to you anytime. Even now I know my experience is talking to you. He's got to give you the opinion for this person who's talking about this. You got to judge the person who's talking because you believe, and what you're believing before, it's different. And that's how, when our belief become different, so that's how we start argument, and we can't look. Both believe it's possible. No one could prove which is right and which is wrong. And also, there's no going to stop us to live our life. But the difference to believe God is in your mind, God is you, the confidence give you, the power give you in you, it's different than to live or to think God live in the sky. And that's why always, as I say, what I'm talking about here is just knowledge by experience. I never go to any school or anything or to study this, what I'm talking about. It's just by experience, what I watch. And I could give example. Every times, most of the times, most athletics, most high profile, especially African American or sport athletes, or most of them, especially the African one, always they say if they win, they score, or they are happy, they put their finger up. So which means, thank you God, which up there. But for me, I realize there is no God up there. God is there with you. When you look to achieve what you achieve, to look your career, to achieve, to perform well, there's one person who's with you all the times, who tell you what to do the right, what to eat, there is somebody always with you. And when you keep working with him, and which is your mind, and you become more successful. And that is why you found what you're talking about. As I'm Christianity, I still go to church. But now the different, I still go to church. Now when I know I'm God walking, my mind is God. It's going to protect me. It's going to give me anything I want because it's come from my mind. And that's make me to go to church just on thanking God. There's no one else is going to pray for me, because when I pray for myself, I feel more confident what I want to achieve that somebody else praying for you. Also, sometimes it's good somebody praying for you, but when he pray for you, he's motivating you. He's praying for you to continue to support you. But you have also to continue to pray for yourself in your mind. If somebody outside, your priest, your pastor pray for you, and you don't continue working with your mind, your dream is not come reality. The people have been successful most, our parents will be praying for us, or everybody will be praying for us, but for you yourself, you have to keep working with your mind to be able that prayer work. Otherwise, if somebody pray for you and you don't do anything, especially with your mind, it doesn't produce anything. So this is the conversation you're going to keep coming with us. So as African and our Christianity, also religion for ourselves, why do you become fanatic? Why are somebody who will be willing to kill is somebody African, and because of religion? So it's happening some places, it also happening around the world, but the fanatism is still very strong. That is why we keep talking to us. That is why we want to share. So this is the sharing views.
This video is sponsored by Eve Rubash's Patreon.
This is to bring new ideas how to believe. And that's why I say Bible is a book. I love Bible. I learn to read Bible. I read more. But Bible has told us is the book like history. But when you look, sometimes also it could be psychological book. So those two translations they can work. But we have been teach only one book, which is history. Yes, it could be history, but also Bible, it's a psychological book, which is mind, which whatever it says is in your mind, not outside. That's why I try to give example when they say the heaven and hell. So now I discovered heaven and in hell, they are with you. Everything will be successful, everything's happened for you. Good, success, that is your heaven. But sometimes things doesn't work well, it becomes not your way, you are in hell. Both they're in your mind. That is how we're going to do. So what I'm telling you now, witness that, observe that what I'm telling you if it's true. Because there is no way there is going to be heaven outside in you or hell outside in you. No. Everything is, you can see it in your mind. The bad feeling, you can't see outside. It's in you. That is why everything's controlled by you. And who's controlling it? Your mind. And who is your mind? It's your God. It's your belief. It's the one which gives you everything. Even to be able to talk, to come to open this podcast is because I started learning about it. I started witnessing it. I started keeping looking, is it this true? This is not true, this is not right. And then later, I keep looking. It's taken me for 2 years to be able to start this program. And this program is more about sharing the views, sharing ideas as African. And especially for me to be African and to be also in diaspora. So you see that change. You see that everything's there. You see, like me, as I say, I live in Australia, in Sydney. But when you look, because that is white community and they are the one who brought Christianity around the world. There's many churches in Australia. But when you look, the churches in white community, they are going down. Many churches, they are closing their doors. But back home, the church, they are full. The church, they are vibrant now. There are many pastors than ever before. And all, it's good. And the support, and because also it's community. You can still go to church. You can still go to church on Sunday. But when you go to church, and you know God dwells in you, and you know you are God, and you remember when you say you're God, it's your mind. You are not the God, the creator. No. Your mind, it's your God. That is how you are. You are son of God. And the Jesus dwells in us. When we Jesus dwells in us, where he is, it's in your mind. That is my focus. That I want you to believe that you test it first. Yes, don't what I say to believe it. No, test it yourself. Look at yourself what I say. And because, why? Everything's within you. Everything's good you done. It was coming from your mind. And everything's wrong also you done. It started from your mind. Like there's nothing here around this house which is not started with somebody's mind. And all our mind is equal. We talk to them every single day. No matter who you are, black, white, Chinese, Asian, all we have the same mind. And our mind is God. You have to test it. You have to see if what I'm saying is true. You don't need to believe me because you have first to believe yourself. And the good things when you know you are God in you, you start living a good life. Do you know when you know you are God? Do you know when you know everything starts with your mind? Do you know?
I can tell you guys, content creation is a game changer. But the thing is, you got to be patient. You got to be able to put in the work day after day, time after time, in order to get what you want in life. I've really looked at my experience. I've looked at what I've gone through, and I'm like, you know what? I can start helping people now. I can help people become content creators because I have found so many gems, so much knowledge. I mean, come on, the record speaks for itself. You go head out on my YouTube channel and you see what I'm doing out there. We are doing numbers. YouTube shorts are going crazy. My vlogs are going crazy, dropping every single day. I love you guys, man. I want you to grow. I want you to see a pathway for yourself. There's no limit to what you can achieve and where you are going. And if you're really serious about content creation, if you're really serious about being a YouTuber, I got the gems and I'm giving them away on my Patreon.
Every decision started from you, and you know other people also, they have their mind as you. That's what I mean, brothers. That's how you know every mind does things differently. Me, when I know, when I start to believe this is my mind, it's everything. My mind is God. The first things you do, you forgive everyone. Honestly, you forgive everyone from the bottom of your heart. And you don't need to go to tell them sorry. No. When you forgive everybody in your mind, inside you, that's where the most thing had to start. Everything started in you. You forgive somebody, you feel somebody's done bad to you. Where is it? It's in your mind. You can hate somebody 10 years and that person doesn't even know. But when you see him on the street, your mind is bothered. When you see him walking, when you see ringing you, your mind is bothered because your hatred, it's in your mind. But when you change, when you know you are God, and when you know you forgive that person, it comes out from your mind. When you see him differently. And that person you will never know. But he's going to set you free. Because that hatred is out from you. Because everything starts with your mind. You know? You start loving person and later you hate them. And both were there, it's in the mind. Our mind is the key for our life. Our mind is the key to change in our life. Because it's just the belief. To change the belief is the hardest thing to do in life. Yes, I have experienced that. As I say, what I'm talking about is just by experience. When you are free in your mind, when you know everything you do is just starting from you, that is, you know, you forgive everyone. And you forgive yourself when you feel you did something wrong or you feel guilt for anything. They say, oh, maybe you did something wrong, and always you feel guilty. When the time of judgment is going to come, you go to hell. There is not something like that. You could be in hell now, or you could be in heaven, just right now on earth. There is no other heaven. There is no where you go to find the fruit you eat free, you do everything there walking like nothing has happened. You think that is going to be the heaven. No, heaven is within you. The more you achieve what you want, the more you enjoy your life, that is you in heaven. But the more thing doesn't work, again, that is you in your hell. And both they are in your mind. And it's only who's going to change it. I can tell you something most Africa will come to do. We say there's juju, there is what, there is mind. All those jujus, where they are. You can't see them on the street. Where do you see them? In your mind. And no one else can see it. Because everyone can see in his mind his own type of juju. His own type of evil. Always you create in your mind. You can see the image of evil you want to have. Or you want to get rid with it. This is how This is mind work. And the good things is I learned to have 3 things, and that's what I'm going to share. Your health, which is mean you look after yourself. And your mind is going to tell you how to look after yourself. Your mind is going to tell you to eat health. Your mind is going to tell you go for swim, go for walk, go play golf, go to do whatever it requires to do with your health. That is why it's so hard. It's so hard to lose weight. It's so hard to stop drinking alcohol even if you are sick. It's so hard to stop smoking even you know it could be not good to your health. It's so hard to have diet. It's so hard to go to the gym. It's so hard to do good things for your health. And only way you're going to do it is first talk to your mind. Your mind is going to change that belief. It's going to change that fear you have not to do some things there. I've been going for a walk every day. But you remember, it's not easy. Sometimes you walk, the God said, no, don't go. It's too cold. Don't go. Why are you going anyway? You have to talk to him. It's the same. You have a membership for gym for 1 year, and you know you have to go there. But you don't. Oh no, I don't have time. So that is your health. To achieve those, the reason you never achieve them, even if you wish to do it, is because you don't talk to your mind first, and then discuss with it, and then how to go about it. And the second one, it's happiness. So to be happy every day, it's in your mind. To be able to live your family, a place where you start your day, a place where you end your day. That is the place you want to create happiness there. Your colleague, where you go to work, where you go to spend another hours, it's better you go there with happiness and to deal with people you are working with. And also that is hard. It's hard if you have a colleague you don't like. It's hard if you have, somebody work for you who doesn't do what you want to do. It's so difficult. It makes you unhappy. You go there, your boss doesn't do what you're supposed to do. It makes you feel like your day ends from there. So you have also to talk to your mind how to be happy and how to be happy with people around you. The third one is love. You have to love yourself, and then you can love others. When you love yourself, I'm telling you, everybody also is going to reply to you. He's going to be nice to you because also you look nice to yourself. It's different, not selfish. Love yourself first, and also other people, they will love you. And all those four is success. Your health, your happiness, love, and that is success. And all those things there is just as belief. We create it. We understand how other motivational speakers say. And then we do the same because that's how life is. We won't hear. We are here to support each other. We are here to open a conversation. I'm opening conversation for my friend, the African diaspora. Where you are, let's open conversation. My also African back home, especially in East Africa, where we go to share these views. We go to create our own. Because you remember, somebody told you this, and you believe there is nothing can change because somebody told us that. Why? Who's that person who said? Is the same. Why this person said this? Who he think he is? No. Our mind, you are God. We are the same. We are equally. We are sharing this view. We are sharing to change to the generation to come. And everything just come like that. And because somebody has a strong power mind, it becomes so successful. Yes, there is no anyone who has successful who has not have shown that power of him, that thinking of him to be able to achieve what we want. Everything starts from there, and is how start come from there, and then we can see outside. And other things you can say is just I learned is just when you serve more your brothers, your mind, your other mind, you become more successful. But most of them, as we don't know how to serve other. But the one who have been achieved to serve other, he become more successful. And this is my program. This is what we try to share, especially in our communities. Today, I just open and say, your mind, it's your God. I'm telling you, there's no God in the sky. Your God is your mind. You talk to them tonight.
We're born into thinking Jesus is white. Number one, Jesus ain't even his name. Jesus is a European interpretation of the name. His name is Joshua. That's nothing in the Bible happened in Europe. So why we got Vikings dressed up as God? We born thinking Jesus got blue eyes and we calling him Jesus. Now, can you imagine if God's name ain't Jesus and everybody running around saying his name wrong? How you going to get his full blessing? But even though people are conscious of this, even though they know it's in scripture, this is factual shit. Because they're programmed, people are scared to say that Jesus ain't his real name. But you still gonna see somebody black saying Jesus, the European interpretation of it. Why? If we're conscious, why we still do it? His name is Joshua.